up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the best place for new coaches, content creators, and entrepreneurs. In today's video, we are gonna do some fun stuff today. I'm gonna share with you some of my favorite tools, products, apps, hacks that I use almost on a day-to-day basis when it comes to creating mass content on Instagram, YouTube, podcast, and also my paid program, the Bossgram Academy. Because I'm such a mass content creator where I'm on multiple platforms, I've used a lot of different things to help speed up the process, and I've also stumbled upon some amazing products that have really changed the game for me when it comes to content creation. That's why if you are an aspiring content creator, or you want to do it full-time, or maybe you just do it part-time and you want to make things easier for yourself or elevate your content to the next level, then this video is perfect for you. Now, before we dive into today's video, as always, we love to shout out our community, so let's dive right into those shout outs first. Massive congratulations to this week's YouTube channel and Instagram profile of the week. Thank you for supporting this channel. Now, if you're interested in being featured too, all you have to do is take a picture of this video and post it to your Instagram stories. Just don't forget to tag me, or you can leave a comment in today's video. Anyways, guys, let's get right back into the video. All right, welcome back. Now, the very first product that I have to recommend to you is this incredible selfie stick that I got off of Amazon. This is the sturdiest selfie stick / phone stand that I've ever come across. I've bought a few crappy ones. This one really takes the cake. I've used this pretty much almost every single day, and I use it for multiple reasons. Now, the reason why I even bought this stand was because at the time, a year ago or so, I wanted to do Facebook Lives, but at the same time, I also wanted to be on Instagram Live too. And so I asked myself, how can I actually make sure that I do both at the same time? Not only do Facebook Lives on my computer, but also do Instagram Lives on my phone, so that I could kill two birds with one stone, increase my reach, and serve my audience on multiple platforms. And that's when I realized that I really needed a stand like this. So not only would I be doing my Facebook Lives over on my desktop computer, but I'd also have this just in front of me on my desk, and I would dual screen basically. Not only would I be on Facebook Live, but I'd also be on Instagram. And what I love, and what I was super impressed by with this stand is that I'm able to adjust the angle here. So if I wanted it to be a little bit lower or higher or whatever, I could adjust it. But not only this, if you actually twist this little knob right here, you could also make it this way. So this is really awesome if you just want to use your phone for Facebook Lives, that's more landscape friendly, or you can change it and make it portrait if you want it for Instagram. So that's what I really love about this. But beyond using it for lives, I also use it to film behind the scenes content. So as you might have noticed when you follow me over on Instagram, is I do behind the scenes content of me working out like this, or me working on my business like this. And basically it's all thanks to this selfie stick, because what I'm able to do is you can actually adjust it to multiple heights, and it gets pretty long. So it's kind of like the same as just any regular camera tripod. And this is what I was most impressed by, is look how long it can go. So you can get some really amazing shots with this, especially if you are a solo content creator, you don't have a team of photographers or a team of videographers to film you and stuff. I use this for a lot of different purposes. Not only this, what I also like too is at the bottom here, if you would like and you need a little bit more stability, you can adjust the base as well. And so it really feels super high quality. I don't think it was that crazy expensive. I was really surprised by the quality of this. And so I just wanted to recommend this to any of my fellow content creators who want to do live stream, who want to do more behind the scenes content, or who just want to have a really great phone stand on hand when you do your content. Now, before you ask me and comment below saying, where do you get that stand? Give me the link and all of that. I also want to let you know that you can find a lot of the products that I mentioned in today's video at www.vanessalau.co/tools. Head over to favorite products and you'll find a number of the tools that I mentioned here today listed on my website. Now, if you don't see the particular item, it also might be in the description box of this video as well. All right, now moving on to the next product that I am obsessed with and that I use a lot for my content creation is my DJI Osmo Pocket camera. So this is basically a very tiny camera. It's literally smaller than the palm of my hand, and it films in 4K. It is a gimbal, and the audio quality is insane. And if you don't believe me, you can look at this footage right here where I filmed my entire YouTube video using the DJI Osmo Pocket. So let me give you a sample. All right, so the first mistake that I have on my list, this is my script that I'm taking out with me, is this, and that is when your hashtags don't match your actual content. So as you would have seen and heard from the footage, the audio quality is insane. I didn't use any external microphone. The quality is super high. It is in 4K, and it also face tracks. So wherever my face moves, the camera moved with me, and that's why it created a really great vlogging experience. And the reason why I bought this was for multiple reasons. I wanted something that was easy to use, that could fit in my purse or fit in my pocket so I can take on the go. And I really wanted to add more variety to my channel other than doing sit down videos like this, and do more videos that were me out and about. And so I really wanted to use this for my vlogging camera. But beyond using it for YouTube, I've actually used this for my Facebook ads as well, and I found it to be really, really helpful. So not only does this little camera really pack a punch when it comes to quality, but also you can connect it to your iPhone as well. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so as you can see right here, I have connected my DJI Osmo Pocket with my iPhone. And because the screen on the DJI Osmo Pocket is quite small, once you connect it to your phone, you're able to see exactly what you're filming. And what I love about this is if I rotate it, it'll automatically rotate the footage for me. And so I can film things in landscape, I can film things in portrait, and it doesn't matter how I rotate it, it'll always adjust accordingly. And so that's how I'm able to really film a lot of my Facebook ads, because obviously with Facebook ads, it looks a lot better when it's in portrait mode, it performs a little bit better. All right, so a lot of people have stopped using Instagram because it doesn't work. Well, it does work. A lot of people just don't use it properly. And so I'm able to film my Facebook ads in 4K amazing quality without the clunky equipment that I typically use for my YouTube channel. Not only this, I can also pair it with my selfie stick. So not only do I have my DJI Osmo Pocket on my camera for better quality, but I also have my phone to gauge everything that I'm filming. And I have my selfie stick to stabilize everything, which is perfect for vlogging, perfect for filming ads, perfect for filming anything essentially that you want in better quality other than using your iPhone camera. So I highly recommend the DJI Osmo Pocket because of the compatibility that it has with your phone, because it's a great tool if you ever go traveling, and it fits in your purse or your pocket. And so I highly recommend the DJI Osmo Pocket if you want a all-in-one camera that is suitable for vlogging, suitable for YouTube videos, and suitable for any little content creation that you want to do in really, really high quality, like 4K and very, very great sound without an external microphone. All right, moving on to the next favorite hack, app, tool, thing that I use to create my content, and that is Airtable. So Airtable isn't a product, but it is a website. And my team and I, we use Airtable to really manage a lot of our content workflows for our podcast and for our Instagram. So I'm gonna share my screen and show you what Airtable is all about. Hey guys, so I wanna show you something called Airtable, and this is something that we actually teach our students in the Bossgram Academy. And so Airtable is an incredible tool for you to create awesome spreadsheets, organizational tasks, and all of that. So as you can see, if you scroll down here, not only can you create basically spreadsheets on steroids, but you can also do calendars, you can do Kanban style, which is very similar to Trello, you could do gallery view, and you can also house all of your forms in Airtable as well. And so my team and I, we use this a lot for our content workflows versus using things like Trello or Asana. So as you can see here in Airtable, we house all of our Instagram graphics here. And what I really love about Airtable is not only is it like a spreadsheet, but it's like a spreadsheet with extra embellishments. So over here, as you can see, I'm able to add graphics that allow me to download things a lot easier. And if you scroll down, I can also upload graphics as well. So if I click here, I can add attachments. Not only this, we've set up our Airtable so when we have posts that need to be scheduled out, if you click here, we can actually set the date for it. And the best part that I love about Airtable is you can create forms within the table. So if I click here for captions, I can actually put the captions within here, so it's a lot more cleaner. Not only do we house all of our Instagram stuff within Airtable, but we also use it for our podcast as well. So as you can see here, it's very similar where we have the episode, the release date of that podcast episode, and we can also put the description and show notes here, as well as any Instagram stories that we might want want to post that day, as you can see here on my screen. And so my team can really drag and drop files for podcast, and we can really set what the status is of that project. And so like I said, using Airtable is something that we actually teach in my paid program, the Bossgram Academy. And actually, if you click the link in the description box or in the comment section below, we're actually giving away a free lesson that's pulled from my paid program, all about how to write amazing captions that convert your followers into clients. And the best part is once you actually download my free lesson on how to write Instagram captions, you'll get a full 25-minute lesson that's usually in my paid program on how to write captions that convert. But on top of that, as an icing on the cake, if you actually click back, you'll be able to preview my entire program and see what my paid program has to offer. And as you can see, like I said, in my paid program, I talk about how you can use Airtable to organize your Instagram content in depth. All right, now let's move on to the other tools that I have found to be game-changing to help content creation possible. And that is that little wood stand right there that you probably have seen in a lot of my videos. And so what that wood stand is it's basically an iPhone charger. And what I find super useful about it is that because it's on my desk and it's facing me directly, if I have any notifications that come through or anything like that, I'm able to see it right away. And it also doesn't hurt that it's wood and it matches my desk. So I just really wanted to throw this product into this video because I've honestly really enjoyed using it. It's easy on the eyes, it's super aesthetic, at least for my office, and also it keeps my iPhone charging all the time, but at the same time, because I'm a content creator and I like to keep my eyes out for my notifications, I'm able to see my notifications right away because it is right in front of me. All right, so the next product that I want to recommend to you is CAMLINK. Now, what CAMLINK is basically a tool that allows you to turn your DSLR cameras into your webcam. And so this is something that I have been really trying to figure out for a long time because I saw a bunch of YouTubers like Nick Nimmin or Sean Cannell have super high quality webcams, and I always wondered how they were able to do it, and especially how you're able to do it on a small budget. And so I figured that it didn't make sense for me to buy a dedicated 4K webcam when I already have a DSLR camera or mirrorless camera that I use for YouTube. And by the way, I use the Sony a6400, and I spent quite a lot of money on the equipment that I have now. And so I asked myself, how can I actually set it up so that it can double as a webcam, especially for my program, the Bossgram Academy. So in the Bossgram Academy, I did a huge update, and I really wanted to make sure that my quality of my lessons were really high quality, and also, especially if I ever do speaking events and online summits, that the quality of my camera was also really great as well. And so basically what you do is you take CAMLINK, you plug it into your camera, and once you plug it in, your computer will now register your DSLR camera as your webcam. It's very helpful for Zoom meetings, it's very helpful when you film footage for your courses or when you attend digital summits or speaking conferences that are online. So I highly recommend investing in CAMLINK if you've ever wondered how you can turn your DSLR camera into your webcam for higher quality production. All right, guys, now on to the next item or accessory or product or whatever that I simply cannot live without when I do content creation, and that is a dummy battery. A dummy battery is something that I have used even from the beginning of my channel when I was using my older camera, and I've talked about it quite a few times, but I definitely wanted to mention it in this video because it is game-changing. So if you are a YouTuber and your problem is your camera always dies on you, well, what you can do is you can quickly go on Amazon and search up to see whether or not your camera has a dummy battery that you can purchase. And what a dummy battery essentially is, it's a battery that you can put into your camera, and then you can plug it into the wall so that your camera basically never dies and is always on. I use this dummy battery every time I do YouTube videos because obviously YouTube videos take a long time to film, and you don't want to redo the video because you're just waiting for your camera to charge up. And you also don't want to spend that much money buying a bunch of backup batteries, and so that's why having a dummy battery is really helpful, especially if you want your camera to basically never die. Another reason why I use a dummy battery is because, like I mentioned, I use my DSLR now as my webcam, and so when I do meetings or when I'm doing a speaking event, I obviously don't want my webcam, who's basically my DSLR camera, to die either, and so that's why the dummy battery is really helpful to keep my webcam running at all times. So basically what you might want to consider doing is going on Amazon, search for the word dummy battery, and then the model of your camera and see if there's any dummy batteries available or that would be compatible with the camera that you're using, whether that's for your webcam or whether that's for YouTube. All right, so now the next product that I recommend for content creation is right in the palm of my hands right now, and that is a remote. A remote that is compatible with your camera, especially if you are a YouTuber, is absolutely game-changing, because for me, especially because I do sit-down videos, it's really important that the background doesn't change, especially because I do my videos and I film my videos in chunks. And so once I have all the little clips together, my video editor then strings it together, and it's really important that the background doesn't change so that the footage at the end looks super seamless. And so the problem is that if you don't have a remote like this that allows you to turn your recording on and off, that means that you need to lean forward on your camera, touch your camera, turn off the button or turn on the button, which can jeopardize your footage because now you're moving the camera. And so that's why having a remote is super, super beneficial. Not only this, I never have to leave my seat. And so once I'm done the clip, I just click stop and we're good to go. Not only this, if you like to take thumbnails or you like to take self-portraits and all that, having a remote is super handy because then you can control when you might want to snap the picture and everything like that. So I highly recommend making sure that maybe you check on Amazon and see if there's a remote compatible with your camera. I've used remotes, whether that was me using a Canon camera or me using the Sony camera that I have right now, and it is absolutely game-changing. And if you are a YouTuber, highly recommend having a remote. Now, the next product that I have to recommend is a software that I personally find is totally worth the money, especially if you do a lot of tutorial-based content, and that is ScreenFlow. ScreenFlow is a piece of software that allows you to share your screen in super high quality, and it also allows you to edit your screen recordings and make them super, super engaging. And ScreenFlow is actually a software that my own video editor, Elena, recommended to me to use because ScreenFlow allows you to film in 4K, the quality is much better, and it also allows for a lot better editing features. And so I'm gonna share my screen and show you how we use ScreenFlow for our paid program, the Bossgram Academy, and also for our YouTube channel, and how game-changing it is when it comes to making your content a lot more engaging, especially if you do tutorial-based content. All right, so in this example, I'm gonna show you how I use ScreenFlow for my course content in the Bossgram Academy. And by the way, this lesson here is all about Instagram caption writing strategies, which you can get for free. Just simply download it through clicking the link in my description box or in the comment section below. So as you can see from this video, I'm really using the mouse in order to go through some pretty heavy content. And thanks to ScreenFlow, I'm able to make sure that my mouse is highlighted so that I can create more engagement in my course content. Doing so is really helpful because if your students are going through really heavy material and you want them to stay focused on what you're pointing your mouse at, it really allows you to help gain that retention and that interest throughout your course. Not only this, we also use ScreenFlow for my YouTube channel, and this is how we're able to create these effects simply by using ScreenFlow. And so Elena, my video editor, has used ScreenFlow to edit our video recordings in the past, especially when we're doing content that's very tutorial based, and we want to have more variety in our editing to make sure that our content is engaging, because tutorials and sharing your screen can get quite boring and quite dull. Now, here's an example of what ScreenFlow looks like. So once you're done recording your screen with ScreenFlow, it's gonna enter this video editing software, and you're able to do some pretty cool things with it. For example, if you wanna do something basic like what I do for the Bossgram Academy, what you can do is click the footage that you want, click action, and now it's following your mouse, as you can see from this footage right here. Not only this, if you want, you can make the opacity a little bit lighter so that people can see more of the screen, or you can make it super dark to isolate a certain part. Now, obviously, there are way more tools and tricks that you can use with ScreenFlow, but basically I use it mostly for course creation and sharing tutorials for my YouTube channel. All right, welcome back. So moving on to the next game-changing products that have really elevated my content creation, and that is my current YouTube setup. And I've talked about this setup in this video right here, but I definitely want to mention it here because I feel like ever since upgrading my equipment, my YouTube channel quality has definitely gone to the next level. And so the camera that I use is the Sony a6400, and I pair my camera with the Sigma lens. And so this lens I really love because, as you can see from my previous YouTube videos, that it creates that really nice blurry background that a lot of YouTubers have. And I remember when I was a rookie YouTuber, I had no idea how people were able to get that blurry background. And what I found was that it's really thanks to having a better lens. And so the Sigma lens is something that we use and I really, really love because it allows for great focus and great blurry backgrounds that make things a lot more aesthetic for your YouTube channel. Not only this, I also use the Rode Video Mic Pro. This is the microphone that I used for all of my content here on YouTube ever since doing that upgrade. Now this section is really, really optional, but this is my boom stand that I use as well. I personally don't find that you really need a boom stand. You can simply just put your microphone on your camera if you'd like and use a rig cage instead. But for me, I ended up buying a boom stand because I'm extra like that, but this boom stand definitely isn't necessary. However, is really helpful, especially if you want your microphone to be as close to your mouth as possible, or if you have multiple people that you have in your footage. But these are the 3 major equipment upgrades that I've made that have definitely been game changing. And again, that is the camera, the lens, and the microphone itself. And if you want more information about all of this, make sure you visit this video right here, or if you want to see the products for yourself, make sure you visit www.vanessalau.co/tools to see all the products in one go. All right, now on to the final thing that I recommend and that I use a lot when it comes to content creation. And this app is actually free, and that is HYPERLAPSE. I think HYPERLAPSE is the only app outside of Instagram that I use a lot. And I really love HYPERLAPSE because I'm able to do behind the scenes content such as working out or me working on my business. And so I really, really recommend this app, especially if you want to elevate your content and really show your followers the behind the scenes of what you're working on. And especially when you pair it with some of the tools that I mentioned here today, it's really going to take your content game to the next level. Anyways, guys, in this video, I have mentioned a list full of products, software, hacks, apps that I use to really take my content to the next level, whether that's being on YouTube, Instagram, podcast, or whatever my team uses to speed up our workflows or what I use to speed up my workflows. And I really, really hope that you found it helpful. As always, make sure you visit www.vanessalau.co/tools. This is where my team and I always update the products that we recommend all in one go so that you have it in one place. Not only this, before you go, I also have an incredible free lesson that I'm giving away. This lesson is actually something taken from my paid program, the Bossgram Academy, that teaches you all of my paid strategies on how to write amazing Instagram captions that actually get you more followers and more clients. So definitely check the link in the comment section below or in the description box to get this free lesson. As you can see, it is super juicy because it is from my paid program. Now, while you wait for next week's video, I post a lot of videos on entrepreneurship, social media, marketing, and all the likes of that. So make sure you check out these 2 videos that I have right here as well. As always, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.